Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we are planning out the week of June 20th through the 26th using this Glam Planner November of 2020. Did I get that right? It's either 2020 or 2021 mystery kit, and this is going to be a bit of a different plan with me. This spread, if it feels very out of place for June, it's to dedicate to my best friend, who I called my sister. Her name was Natalie, and this was the 10-year anniversary of her passing away. So it was a very healing spread to film and lay down, and I want to thank Magical Stickers Co. and Planner Pixie Co. for making me the perfect overlays for this spread. And this is just going to be, I went all out. I've been collecting stuff for this for a long time. I also have a foil bundle from Olive Studio, and I've thought about this for a long time. And I have to say, this was one of the most nerve-wracking spreads for me to film and lay down, because I wanted it to be perfect, because I didn't get to plan a spread the year she died, because planning with stickers and all this, it wasn't a thing. Also, Lucy's right next to me, so if you can hear her, I just heard her collar jingle. I apologize. But that being said, this was really therapeutic, and I cannot believe it has been 10 years. There was something really healing about hitting 10 years as well. I don't know. It's a decade, and I guess I can talk a little bit about her and how she ended up passing away. So Natalie was born February 14th, 1990, Valentine's Day, which I feel like I talk about every year on my channel. If you've been around, Valentine's Day is hard for me because it's her birthday. And it's hard because you start seeing Valentine's Day like right after Christmas. Like you start seeing all, the cards and candies come out and stuff. So you kind of deal with it a lot being on a holiday, which is funny because as a kid growing up, I was actually jealous that her birthday was on a holiday, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Also, side note, I do have a video that I can link about how I do extenders. I know I got questions last week, so I'll make sure to mark to put it in the eye and the cards up above. But Natalie, it's actually like a small world type story. So before I even knew Natalie, I knew Natalie's mother technically. When I was born in the hospital, Natalie's mother was my mom's nurse, and we actually have disowned Natalie's mother for various reasons that I won't get into here, but it's just a funny, like, small connection. And then I ended up, obviously getting a little bit older and going to preschool. And when I started preschool, I met Bo, who's my best friend, and his mom, Lisa. And they ended up moving to the same street as my parents, and we just became best friends, and Lisa became mom number 2 to me. And Lisa started dating Gomini, who Gomini is Natalie's father, and they ended up getting married. And Natalie was a year older than Bo and I, and we just all were great friends. Obviously, Bo and Natalie were step siblings, but I considered them my brother and sister, and same with Bo's younger brother, Brooke. They were like my siblings to me growing up. Carpooling, lived on the same street, all that kind of stuff. Natalie had some really big passions in life. One of those was saving animals, exotic animals. Well, all animals, but specifically exotic animals. I remember when she was in the hospital having to go over to her house to feed her pets, and how absolutely intimidating it was. There was 3 skunks that were just loose in her house. They didn't have the sack or whatever that can spray and make you smell, but regardless, I had to feed skunks, I had to feed an alligator, and she was actually just about to get a monkey, but never ended up getting that monkey because she got sick. But she had a big passion for animals, and it's actually really cool because since she passed away, there has been a research facility founded in her name in Sri Lanka. Her dad is from Sri Lanka and born and raised there, big connections to that country. And they actually discovered a fish in Sri Lanka and have named it after her. So that's some cool stuff on the animal front. Another thing she was really passionate about was soccer. She, as long as I've known Natalie, that girl has had a soccer ball like in her possession. She's just absolutely amazing at it. She played in a bunch of leagues all growing up and through school, and then got a scholarship to Reno, Nevada, and played soccer there. While playing soccer there, this is going to be relevant, she had some health issues and actually ended up needing to get a pacemaker put in. This will come back later, so I just wanted to throw it out there now. But she was still really good at soccer. Fast forward to 2012, around May, June time, Natalie was getting interviewed by the highest level ranking women's soccer league in the world to join a team, and it was looking really positive, and it looked like she was going to finally make it to a pro soccer team. And then she got sick. We didn't know what was wrong. So on June 13th, she had a really bad migraine. I guess we'll call it a migraine, headache, to the point where she was vomiting uncontrollably. So they took her to the hospital, and that first night she went into a coma on her own, and she would never wake up from that. So that was June 13th, and they ended up needing to do a couple surgeries because she had some seizures and stuff, and they needed to make room for the swelling of her brain. And they said that, because of the side where there was swelling, she might have some slight paralysis on the opposite side of her body, because if you injure the right side of your brain, it's going to affect the left side of your body, and vice versa. And then the morning of June 19th, we had gotten some very positive news that she was improving more than they could have thought, and everything looked great. So my dad and I ran to IKEA because it was past the hospital from where we lived, and then we were going to stop again on the way back, which we did. And man, did that stop change my life. So I walked in to the wing she was in, and I saw this woman standing there, and I had never met her before, but I knew exactly who she was. Her daughter had played soccer with Natalie as long as I could remember, and her daughter is basically a spitting image of her. They look exactly like each other, so I knew instantly it was her mom. And she knew who I was, and she was like, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but she's not going to make it. So she ended up having a seizure in all 4 lobes of her brain and was pronounced brain dead. And there's a few things about this. One, coincidentally, 2 weeks before all this happened, her dad had a serious talk with her because he was getting older and had a health scare. He's fine now, but about what to do if, we had to make a decision about pulling the plug, and they talked from both sides. So when this came about, there wasn't really a discussion of, do we keep her on a ventilator or do we say goodbye? It was a pretty quick decision. And what actually ended up being the cause was she has AVM. I can't say the actual full medical term, but the way they like dummied it down so that I could understand it is they said it's kind of like when you have like a kinked hose in your brain that blood runs through and eventually it just bursts. And so if that's not like exactly correct, that's how it was explained to me so I could understand it. So don't come for me, I'm not a doctor. And because she was 22, and because she was so athletic, it gained her actually more years. Usually this affects people like around the age of 15, like younger. So that was really fortunate, and they actually realized after they discovered what it was in her brain that they believed that's what was also causing the weakness in her heart. So it's unfortunate that they didn't catch it sooner, but from my understanding with AVM is that they almost never catch it until like it's too late kind of thing. So she ended up passing away, and I'd like to, another thing that was really stressful during that time is Bo, her stepsister, her stepbrother and my best friend was living in Japan. So we had to get him home because, you know, she was going to pass, and he wanted to say goodbye, obviously. So getting him home was an adventure because he had a layover in China, and it was only supposed to be like, I don't know, an hour. I don't remember. It's been, 10 years. But it ended up being 24 hours because the flight got canceled, so they put him on the next flight. And he ended up having issues, and I just thought this was interesting. He had issues because China wouldn't, exchange his money that he had on him because it was all too old. All of his Japanese money and all of his American money was printed too long ago, and they wouldn't take it. So I just thought that was really interesting. But he ended up making it home on June 22nd that night, and she ended up passing away the following morning on June 23rd at 10:56 a.m. That was something too that I learned a lot about, is that, on TV, typically when they turn machines off and stuff, people pass really quickly. And I suppose it can happen like that in real life, but it was a hard 4 days between June 19th and June 23rd. It was really weird, and I remember I wasn't at the hospital when she passed. I remember getting the call and feeling relieved, and then feeling guilty for feeling relieved. So, yeah, that's the story of Natalie in a very short time. This is a bit of a longer base for me as far as Plan With Me's go, because usually my bases take me like 12 minutes or less to do, and this one is in the 16-minute mark. But it's just weird. And the other day I was listening to Airplanes by B.O.B. and Hayley Williams of Paramore, and I was like, did Natalie know this song? And I had to look up the year of it, and I was like, yeah, she knew the song. And I did that a lot in this week. I've stopped doing it in present time, but the week that this was planned about, I did a lot of that. Or I was rewatching TV shows, and I was like, did Natalie know about this TV show? And it's just weird, and it's weird to think how much has changed in those 10 years. And it's really bizarre. It's really bizarre, and I mean, I'm not going to say no good came out of it. When she was in the hospital, Natalie was single at the time, but her ex came to see her, and then a girl she was currently dating came to see her, and they ended up falling in love, and they have kids now, which is really weird to think about. that happening, but I don't know. The whole thing was weird and has changed my life. I feel like I haven't mentioned this, so I should have. The reason why there's so many butterflies in this spread is because that is my symbol for her. I have a butterfly tattoo on my ankle for her. Right after she passed away, one of the first things I saw was a butterfly. And then a lot of like weird things with butterflies happened for a while, so they're just like my symbol for her. Like when I was in Mexico, before I got my ankle tattoo, I got a henna tattoo of a butterfly for her because it was like shortly after this had happened. And as I was getting the henna tattoo, a butterfly came and landed on my foot and just stuff like that. So that's one thing. Moving out of California to Tennessee, I do see a lot less butterflies here, and it kind of makes me sad. I've only seen like one or two. So that makes me kind of sad, but this spread was one of the hardest I've ever had to film. But it was really healing for me. I talk about it a lot, how planning really helps with my mental health a lot and how it's my escape from the world. And I think getting to finally plan a spread for her passing helped me heal internally and helped me, I guess, take another step in the healing direction. And it's felt kind of like a weight's been lifted off of my shoulders. So that's it. We are done with the base, and I will go into the day by day now. So originally I wanted this to be like real time talk, but I couldn't get through it. So we're just going to do speed through it too. Or voiceover. What is English? Anyways, starting off on Monday, I had Dutch Brothers for the first time, so I had to mark it, and that coffee cup came with the kit. Then this week was back and legs, so I just used Glam Planer Polka for that, and then my dad was taking forever this day, so I just used a emoji face I got on a Scribble Prints Co. freebie. Then I used a Pumpkin Paper Co. girl to mark that Dad and I went jet skiing. And then we made HelloFresh for dinner. If I forget to say where any icons are from, just comment down below if you have any questions. Then I went home on Tuesday for my parents, and that is from Polana Hannah. Then below that, I washed my sheets because I didn't do it on Sunday because I wasn't home. And then I did my cardio workout. Then I planned this day, and that sticker is from RoseyPlans. Super excited to announce that I'm a part of RoseyPlans' PR team for Q3 of this year, so July through September. I'm terrible, I should know that, but regardless, you can use my code Rosey15 to save 15%, or if she has a sale going on, make sure you put my name in the notes to sellers section so you can still get my freebie. I will pop a picture of it on the screen right now. So super excited to announce that. And then I watched MasterChef, that is a Polana Hannah TV, and I got crumble this day. Then on Wednesday, I played a lot of Disney Emoji Blitz, so I just used a Winnie the Pooh Heffalump sticker. I used another RoseyPlans planner icon. That is on my freebie, by the way, these like the little planner sheet stickers. And then I watched MasterChef. I took a nap, which again is from RoseyPlans. Then I got like an In-N-Out dupe that's around here for dinner, and I had to remember to take out the trash that night. Not a lot happened this day, to be honest, and I just needed to fill the space. Moving into Thursday, this was the 10-year anniversary, so I used this foiled box that I got from Murdoch Talks. Any of the foiled boxes I used in the day by day are from Murdoch Talks and a RoseyPlans butterfly. And then you will see me go in later with some Scribble Prints code numbers to mark 10 years. Then below that, I used another RoseyPlans sticker. It's just this beautiful drink with butterflies on it that I got on a freebie from her shop, and I thought it was just too perfect for this spread to not, and I used, and that is to mark my Plan With Me. It was the Carnival Plan With Me, the video before this one. Then this day, I purchased some of the Whitney X Gymshark collabs, so I just used a Scribble Prints Co. shopping bag. I did my workout that day, and then I was in my feelings, and that girl's from Fox and Pip. And obviously I was in my feelings because it was 10 years since, my sister passed away. And then I marked planning. This week was, wow, I am struggling. I marked planning. That night I planned the base for the 4th of July week, which I am not going to use a bunch of undo to pull it up, even though I don't feel like celebrating the 4th of July this year, but that's a whole nother issue because Friday, Roe v. Wade was overturned, so that I was in my feelings. I watched MasterChef, I did my workout, and then I got Chick-fil-A. I got this is going to sound ridiculous, but I got the meal that Natalie and I used to get when we went there. She wanted this, it doesn't matter, and we split it. We would split it, and I got her portion for her. I don't know, I just had to. It was part of me coping. And then I downloaded the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games for my Switch because they were on sale for 50% off. And again, Natalie and I used to play them a lot growing up, so it was part of me healing and coping with everything. Moving into Saturday, the first thing I put in is this lawnmower sticker from RoseyPlans to mark that my dad came over and mowed my lawn. Then I used this foiled skull that came off of a Scribble Prints Co. freebie to mark that Fall Out Boy may be recording new music, and I was freaking out about it. Then I did my workout, and I marked with this Fox and Cactus Girl that I finished the program, 9-week Control Freak. Then I self-tanned, so I just used a little icon from Scribble Prints Co. Then I used these lips from a RoseyPlans freebie to mark doing my makeup. And then I used the 2 racing flags, which is on my freebie from Carlea, to mark meeting my favorite race car driver, Joey Logano. He ended up doing a meet and greet. It wasn't announced until Saturday, but I made sure that I was able to make it to that, and he remembered me from years ago, and I got called an OG fan, so I'll take it. Moving into Sunday, I went to my parents' house because for Father's Day, I had bought my dad tickets to the NASCAR race since it's in town this weekend, and it was like the perfect Father's Day gift because we love NASCAR. So I used another Plan a Hannah car for that. And then I used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji to mark that it was 86 degrees and humid as heck, and I was dying. Then I got fries and a soft pretzel, so I wanted to put that in. And then I used a Glam Planner astronaut sticker because I think it looks like a race car driver holding a helmet, but to mark that we went to the race together. And then I put in these clouds to mark that there was rain and lightning. We ended up leaving before the race ended because I am terrified of lightning, and it was more than I could handle. The race started at 4 and didn't end until like 11 something because of like a 3-hour delay. And then I got some pizza, and that is from Plan a Hannah. So the fonts, the scripts I make myself, I can link the video if you want to know how to do it too. This week I used 2 different fonts, and one of them was free and one of them I paid for. The free one was off of dafont.com and is called Pretty Butterfly, but I really wanted a font with like butterfly wings in it, and that one didn't have it. So I found a font that was really similar, but I didn't actually like the rest of I only liked the capital letters. I didn't like any other letters in this font. So any of the ones I wanted the butterfly on, I used a font called Fly Butterfly for, and that one I did have to pay for. So you will see it in the close-up, the little dainty butterflies on the capital letters, which meant it took me extra long to make these scripts, so. But it was worth it. This spread turned out absolutely perfect, and I just feel like it was so healing. And again, I have to thank Randy of Planner Pixie Co. and Lindsay of Magical Sticker Co. for making me some custom quote boxes and overlay boxes for this week. And I also loved pulling in the Olive & Co. butterfly bundle, and then I pulled in some leftover Scribble Prints Co. butterflies from a mystery from years and years ago. And I just feel like it is the most extra spread dedicated to one of the most beautiful humans I ever had the pleasure of knowing. Dang it, I thought I was going to make it through this without crying. But I just feel so honored that I finally got to do a spread for her, because she deserves it and she will never be forgotten, because she was somebody seriously special. Like, I remember being bullied at school and these girls had threatened to jump me, and I remember she was sitting by my side to, you know, fight them with me if we needed to, and I just miss her every single day. So I'm sorry for a bit of a more of a downer type Plan With Me, but that is part of life. That's something I really want to bring to my, like, platform, is that it's not always like rainbows and butterflies. And that this is real life, and, you know, unfortunately part of that is losing people we love, but never forgetting them. So, yes, that is the spread. Just remember that if you are struggling right now, you are not alone, and my DMs are always open for you. It is RoseyPlans, just like it is here on over on Instagram. I hope you all will subscribe if you liked what you saw, and stick around for more positive videos than this one. I promise. It helped me hit 8,000 followers. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel out as well. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I hope you all have a good day, night, evening, wherever in the world you are. Sending you hugs and positive vibes today, friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.